I don't even know the last time I vlogged. Sorry. I'm gonna have to explain some things once I open this here garage. There are some big changes, this stupid net being one of them. But an even bigger change is that. Also, the gym looks very different, I'm assuming. It wasn't green, didn't have all that wood stuff up there. I've ordered a different one of these nets because that is insane. One that will open in 2 places, not just the center, because that's insane. Look, this net hasn't even done its job. There's a hornet right there. Jeez Louise. She's so stinky cute. Oh. All right, we're just gonna wait right here for my brother and I can explain a couple of things. So I had the KLX, it was great. I honestly don't know when my last video was. I think it was when we went to the cabin with the KLX for the first time. And I used it a lot. I just stopped vlogging. I don't know, life just got kind of busy. The season started this year and I was really looking forward to riding my KLX. And I got it all ready to go and was riding it, and I have been trying to convince my brother for the last little bit to get a dual sport bike because he has this massive, hideous BMW motorcycle that I hate. And I really wanted him to just get a dual sport so we could go exploring together, hit the dirt together. And I felt like I had gotten really close. He was, I thought, kind of interested in a CRF 450. And then he didn't go through with it. And then one day he was like, I'm gonna go look at these new bikes, CFMOTO Ibex 450. He went and got it, he brought it over, I took it for a little spin, and I was like, this is cool. And I feel like, you know, we'd do a lot more together if we had the same bike. So I'll list the KLX really high. I don't want to get rid of it, but if I can get what I want out of it, then cool. I'll get the same bike he has because they're really not that expensive. Lo and behold, it sold within 18 hours. So that weekend we were going to the cabin again. Just so happened that a dealership up there was the best price for an Ibex. And I picked it up. I need to grab, I forgot my wallet, so I need to go grab that real quick. My brother got the bike, so I got the bike. We took it to the cabin, we ripped around, and now look at us. A bunch of hooligans about to go on an adventure. He got the gray one, I got the blue and white one. What do you want to do? Let's do the loop. I've never done it before. There's going to be snow up there, though. I can see it from here. On my KLX, I put all this cool stuff on there. I think maybe my last video was actually the exhaust going on. It was like, hey guys, look at these mods I got for the year. I'll put them on. And then I did that video, and then I didn't do any videos the rest of the year. What did I put on at the very end? I put on, oh, the IMS super stock pegs, which I was excited about, and literally like 2 days later I sold it because of this guy. I know where to go. Ready? Here we go. All right. So, super stoked on this bike. We've already, like I said, we've already ridden it a little bit up at the cabin. Got some dirt road miles on it. About 179 miles right now. And first time in an ADV world, but you know what? I like it a lot. I have no idea what the video will look like or the audio. I am using 2 new items for those. The audio recorder is the DJI mic, so it's basically the same as what I was using before, just a little newer. And the camera was gifted to me by my brother. He was listing his GoPro Hero 11 on Facebook, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, you wanna just give it to me for free? And he kind of laughed at me. He's like, no, I gotta buy my new camera. And then Christmas was right around the corner, and there was a special gift there for me, and I had no idea that he was just gonna give it to me. No, it was super nice, and I'm super grateful. It's a big jump from the 5 to the 11, that is for sure. But to follow my brother Stuart's example, I gave my GoPro 5 to my brother Simon back there, because I think he had the GoPro 3, which is, whoa. Anyways, yeah, it was crazy. I sold my KLX. What happened was there was a guy who came up here from St. George, which is probably like 4 hours from where I live. And he came up to look at some bikes that he was really wanting to get. He's been an e-bike guy for his whole life, and he's like, time to step it up. And I guess all the bikes he went to look at were just garbage. And I listed my bike that very weekend. He was like, I need to come look at this right now because I'm heading back. And so he came and looked at it, and I think he felt like he needed to get a bike, and my bike, although it was expensive, was like ready to go. You know, it like had all the best mods that you could put on the KLX, and didn't have that many miles. It was basically a new bike, and he just picked it up right then and there. Hello! Yeah, so like I was saying, I was looking all over for the best deal on this bike. It just so happened that the best deal I could find was a dealership right outside of my in-laws' cabin. And so I had a little more money to work with, and I also ordered a bunch of accessories that I really want for this bike. Did a big bundled deal and picked it up on a weekend, and me and Simon took him up and rode him around the cabin for a bit. It was a blast. Like, that was his first time on dirt, and I think he really liked it. Funny thing is he kept his BMW, which I think is so weird. That bike is so big, but he loves it. He's like a big, giant floating couch that he can just drive around. So far, so good though. I really like this bike. The biggest complaint people have with it is that the throttle is really snatchy, which I agree with, but I also feel like that's kind of normal for, or maybe that's what you want on dirt. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you need that gentle push here and there, but it definitely is very, very snatchy, and it's not as enjoyable on roads like this. But I told Simon I knew where I was going. I actually don't know now that I'm on this road if I know where I'm going. Yeah. It's so nice. Yeah, he's just saying that he's glad that there's a USB port right there. There's a USB-C and a USB-A, and we had no idea that was there until a couple days ago. Which is super nice. I mean, it makes sense. It's a 2026 bike. Why not have the technology? So there was a guy in my comments who asked if we had any plans to go up Farmington Canyon. And it's something that I've always wanted to do, maybe even in our off-roading 4Runner. But we've just never had the time to do it. And it's a big loop that connects Farmington to Bountiful, and we've never done it, but we're gonna try and attempt to do it today. I don't see why not. Might be a little snowy up there, but we've been in the snow before. Yeah, when we went into the cabin, we got to a point where we went so high that we just basically turned back around because it was so muddy and so slippery and very sketchy. So we definitely got these things dirty and broken, I think. I'm wearing a dirt bike helmet, so I feel like a lot of the wind is not being deflected very well. Probably going straight into the mic, and I'm gonna look at this footage and be like, dude, you can't hear a single thing I'm saying. I've been up here a bunch, I just haven't ever done the whole loop. I've been on the Bountiful side, I've been on the Farmington side, but I feel like a lot of times we go up, there's a gate that's closed. So today's the day. I'm probably gonna come back up here later today with my wife. She's been wanting to get out on the dirt, go camping or something. And we were gonna come up here, but our daughter got sick. which is crazy because I don't even know how old my daughter was in the last video. I think she was just a baby. Like, I think the last video I did was during nap time, you know? She doesn't even take naps anymore. She's 2 and she's like over that. It's crazy. But that kid is so much fun. You can also turn ABS on and off. I just turned it off for off-road use, which is super nice. And then we can slide all over the place. Little river down there. I don't feel like I've ever seen it that full before though. This loop I think is about 22 miles, so really not that long. Oh, these roads suck. I also don't know what to do with my camera settings. Like, this thing can do 5.3K, which is awesome, but I like to keep the view pretty wide. I can't remember what I chose. The frame rates are limited. I really like to vlog at 60 frames per second, at least on motorcycle rides, just because I feel like it's, if you don't, then I feel like everything that's passing by the viewer misses. It's just a big blur and you only see kind of what's up front, if that makes any sense. So I've always preferred 60 and a wide view. And so I want to say I chose 5.3K at 60 frames per second on wide, because if you go any wider, it doesn't give you 60 frames per second. We had watched a bunch of reviews on these, well at least I had. I don't know about Simon, I'm sure he watched review videos on this bike, but the one that stuck out to me was the Daily Rider. When he was done, he graciously gave the bike the name, the little brother to the Tenere, which I was like, oh, okay. If it's a little brother to a Tenere, you know it's gonna be good. Simon's just back there eating my dust. I feel bad. These are really dusty, dry roads. My wife doesn't like this because of this. Look at this drop off, it's crazy. One thing that's nice about riding with Simon though is that we're both kind of inexperienced when it comes to the dirt, so there's like no pressure to try and keep up with anybody. We can kind of go at our own pace and get more familiar with these bikes. Like, we were getting pretty good with them on the dirt towards the end of the cabin trip, but I feel like it's a learning curve because we drive on road and off road, and it's a completely different experience going from one to the other. Oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I gotta pick a better line. You know, standing up is also kind of a new thing, although I feel like I should probably do it more, especially on these stupid washboarded roads. So I bundled a bunch of mods, like I said, at the dealership. Some of them were back ordered, some of them were, they had to order, so they had to ship. I ordered the upper crash bars, the lower crash bars, the tall fender for the front, because it basically hugs the tire, and so if a big rock gets jammed in there, you're, kind of in trouble. So I got the tall fender. It's more like a dirt bike fender. I also ordered the more durable hand guards, because these things are just plastic. And I ordered the rally seat, which is a taller seat. One thing about this bike that gets kind of bad reviews is for taller guys, your knee is really, really bent. And so the rally seat brings you up a little bit, and then you have a more comfortable, closer to 90-degree bend in the knee. So I am looking forward to all of that. The hand guards and the rally seat are back ordered. They don't know when they'll be available, but they've ordered them and they'll be here when they are available. But the crash bars and the high fender are delivered. My in-laws are actually up at the cabin right now, and they are graciously picking those up for me, so that's super nice. I feel like I need to lower my brake, my rear brake, especially for off-roading. When I'm in these boots, I feel like I can't really pull on it. I feel like I gotta really lift my foot up, and I don't want to like crank on my brake, because even with my knee slightly bent, I'm like still adding pressure. That dog wants Simon dead. This is an area that I really want to explore more because it's so close to home. And if there's good camping up here, that'll make, you know, little overnight trips so much more enjoyable. But I haven't explored enough to know whether or not, you know, it's worth it, or if it's just super crowded and stuff. My battery died. That's why we pulled over. Oh my goodness, first gear, man, is insane. Get me out of first gear, I hate it. Hey, what did that sign say? I want to go right. So I want to go to Bountiful Peak. Looks like we got some snow melt on the trail. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure my tire got off the ground right there. Woo! I've always wanted to camp there, but I feel like that would be like one of the first places to get taken, you know? I think there's a lake right here. Little lake. There's a person in the lake too. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Okay, I've never been past this point. On to new territory. Good golly, that is so pretty. Woo! That's awesome. Oh, that's not where I want to go. I want to go right. My bad. We need to go that way. Jeez, is it just me or does this bike sound beefier than mine? Oh. Pretty cool. Utah looks so cool with like all those big bodies of water, even though they're salty and crappy. I've never been this far before. Every time I come up here, it's either closed or, what's my other reason? I honestly don't think it's that much further. What do you need? Putting this on? Let's try not back down the mountain, shall we? Well, hopefully this is the most snow we see up here. I've looked this trail up online because we were trying to decide if we were going to do this in our 4Runner or not. And there was supposedly one section where it was like this with the drop off right there, but a big chunk of the trail was gone. So you had to be like way up here. And then if cars wanted to get by, they had been putting boards and stuff to drive across. Where is Simon? Oh, there he is. Which sounded sketchy, especially because I had looked that up right as we were kind of new to off-roading, and I was like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. But I mean, even with the snow, I feel like there hasn't really been anything that would be too sketchy. I mean, there was that one part back there where it was kind of washed out, but not really. I really need to get better at using my rear brake. Like I said, I feel like it's a little too high because I have to like lift my foot up to put it on top. I feel like my rear brake's gonna help me slide out a lot more, and it's almost virtually impossible to hit my rear brake while I'm standing. So I can do it while I'm sitting, which I guess is normal for an ADV bike, but I'd like to be able to do it while I'm standing too. Like when I apply full pressure, oh my gosh, there's no way. Yeah, we're definitely going around that. That's crazy that it's closed on this side. Because we just came from that side, so that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like my foot isn't resting on the peg when full brake is applied, you know what I mean? So if my foot is on the peg, I'm sliding. I'm not just being able to apply a little bit of pressure. So I want to get it to the point where I can put my like heel or midfoot on the peg and angle my toes down to apply a little bit of brake, but I feel like I can't do that with these boots, and probably for how tall I am, just the angle of my leg like won't reach. Your phone's a little dusty. But nice. They're throwing like glass bottles up there.